Hey everybody, it's Molly here again today, and today we're going to go over the SideKick. Just like my other videos, we're going to go in-depth breakdown, and then we're going to go over to standard position, offensive position, and then defensive position. So let's get right into it. Alright guys, so in-depth breakdown real quick. I'm just going to throw the kick for you guys real quick. Alright, so getting into it for in-depth breakdown, remember to, the first step is basically chaining your knee close to your stomach. Just think of it like a spring just loading up. And then from there, it's just going to snap right out and retract right back in. Remember, when you guys are drilling it, practicing it, make sure when you guys shoot the strikeout, it's on the same line. Real quick, guys, throwing a couple of drills for you guys just to get it down since now that we talked about how to doing it. But just stand it like so. You guys can do I would recommend doing bag work too, where you have the bag swinging and when it's coming towards you, and you throw the kick. That way you can work on doing the side kick with a lot of weight coming at you too, so you can snap it out. For these kicks, do not half-ass it. Make sure you throw it with full speed and power when you're actually drilling it, so that way it can be incorporated into your guys' fighting. But one easy way too is if you guys can't raise your leg so high, just like for me in the beginning, and this is also another tip, is that if you can't push your heel out, it's kind of like you're gonna be standing like this on your side. How you're standing like this, exactly like a penguin, is how the kicks can be delivered, pretty much. So you can keep your foot in placement like this, and then if you do that and you raise it up and you kick, it's just gonna come out exactly like that. But like I said, okay, in the beginning, if you can't push it up, if you can't kick it up too high, just practice going to the bottom. Now the point of us having these gis too is so you can hear the power in your snap if you're doing it correct. Like so, right? And then once you get used to doing that, you can just go higher. Same thing again. And it sounds corny, and corny cliche, but just the more you do it, right? The more you drill the kick, the more it's gonna be accustomed into your second nature. Like Bruce Lee said, he doesn't fear the man who does 10,000 kicks 10,000 different times, but he fears the ones that does the same kick 10,000 times. And that's the whole concept behind it. But thank you guys. Back to the video. Now, one of the things I notice people that, when they first start or whatever with the side kick is that the hard part is just getting to focus that when you throw the strike and the snap is what you're using to hit with it. As in for your foot, it's always going to be the heel. That's going to be your heel bone. That's going to be the most where it's going to do the most damage. Now you can use your flat foot or etc., but that's going to change it to like a push kick or like a pushing side kick or whatnot. So that's just something else. Just for this concept, we're going to stick with the heel. Now when you do the drill, whether you aim for the down there, that's just going to be the knee. So just know your intention. If you go for mid, it's just going to be stomach, and you go for high, it's going to be for face shot. Alright, so now that we went over that, let's go over for the offensive. Retract real quick. For the standard position, I didn't mention this in the other videos, but when you're in standard positioning, it's kind of a gray area. Don't think of it too much as a neutral, but it can be used offensively or defensively as well. Just for the fact that is offensively is maybe your opponent's right in front of you, the bag's right in front of it, so you just throw it right off the back. If you're facing your opponent and they're coming at you, you have to time the kick as soon as they come in to stop the opponent. That way it's also be defensive. It's kind of like 2-in-1 in a sense. Now moving forward, now we're going, when we go offensive on the side kick, for a WTF style, they do have one where you raise it and you push off your back foot and you go forward like so. But in the ITF, the way I was taught is that we're going to be basically doing a skipping. So if I'm on this base square right here, I'm going to skip, right? And that one's a little bit more applicable in sparring and fighting or not, because it's offensive. And then, so I'm just going to go over it. I'm going to just do it with you guys real quick. Right here like so. We're in standard position. I'm going after my target. Skip, right? Now defensively, like I told you guys all before, it's all about evading. So let's say they throw a strike or whatever, dash back, and go forward. Now when you dash back, as soon as they're retracting from wherever strike they are, if you're out of it, because they're going to be moving back, they're going to be a little bit out of range because you move back to, you go to your target. But that's pretty much it, guys, for the breakdown. If you guys like, please subscribe, follow, and share. If you guys have any feedback, comments are welcome as well. Thank you so much for your time, guys.